welcome back. All right, today we're talking about a car that just completely flips the script on what a supercar is supposed to look like. It's called the Peralta S. And, it's this totally unique custom build that somehow manages to mix a super minimalist vibe with, well, just raw, brutal power. So yeah, let's get right into it.
And really, that brings us to the big question behind this whole car. I mean, think about it. We live in a world where supercars are all about aggressive vents, giant wings, crazy complex lines, and then this thing comes along. It basically asks, hey, what if we just got rid of all that? Can you actually make a bigger impact by doing less?
So to really get what makes the Peralta S tick, you gotta start with the design. That's its soul, really. It's all about this idea of the art of reduction.
And here's the key thing, right? This is not just some pretty concept car. Underneath it all, the Peralta S is built on the actual bones of a top-tier supercar, the Maserati MC20. So it's got this world-class foundation, but then they just completely reimagined it, stripping it down to this incredibly pure, almost startlingly simple wedge.
But, making something look this simple is actually incredibly complicated. This isn't something that just rolls off an assembly line. No way. We're talking about aluminum surfaces that are shaped by hand, carbon fiber parts, all fitted together so perfectly, it honestly looks more like a computer rendering than a real car somebody built. The surfaces are just, wow, absolutely seamless. And what you end up with is this amazing paradox. You take away all the stuff you expect to see, the scoops, the aggressive creases, all that visual noise. And somehow, the car's basic shape just hits you that much harder. It's like the quietness is what makes it scream. So it's like they threw out the old automotive rulebook, the one that says you have to keep adding things to make a car look fast. Instead, the Peralta S takes its cues from the world of high-end tech. Just think about an Apple MacBook Air. Its beauty comes from feeling like it was carved out of a single piece of aluminum. Well, this car does the exact same thing. It's all about making the biggest statement by taking things away. Okay, but if you're thinking this is all just a beautiful, quiet piece of art, you are in for a surprise, because hiding under that super calm, minimal skin is an absolute monster of an engine. So let's talk performance. Let's just start with a number. 621. That's the horsepower we're talking about here. So right off the bat, this thing isn't playing around. It is a genuine powerhouse just hiding in plain sight. And what does all that power get you? How about this? 2.9. That's 0 to 60 in seconds. So yeah, that minimalist look might be making a big promise, but the engine under the hood has absolutely no problem cashing that check. And it's not done yet. Top speed? We're talking over 200 miles per hour. This is the real deal, people. It's a peaceful-looking object that has some seriously violent performance. So how does it pull this off? Well, all that muscle comes from Maserati's incredible Nettuno engine. It's a 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6, and it's hooked up to this lightning-fast 8-speed dual-clutch transmission that funnels every last bit of that power, all 621 horsepower straight to the rear wheels. The source material actually described the transmission as telepathic. That tells you everything you need to know about how connected and responsive this car must feel. All right, so you've got these two totally different personalities crammed into one car, right? The calm, minimalist artist and the absolute heavyweight brawler. So what's the final take? Let's break down the pros and cons, what makes this car so special, and where it might fall short. So what's the bottom line here? On the one hand, what we love is obvious. That minimalist design is just such a breath of fresh air in the car world. And the best part, it has the insane performance to back up the looks. But there's a flip side. Its biggest strength is also its biggest weakness. It's a one-of-a-kind custom build, so you and I, well, we can't buy one. And there's also that question, will a design that's so bold and so unique age well? It's a real risk. And that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? What does a car like this mean in the long run? Is it just a gorgeous experiment? Or is it actually showing us where design is headed?
When you boil it all down, the Peralta S pulls off something that's just incredibly difficult. It's two things at once, with zero compromise. It is a legitimate piece of minimalist art that you can park in a gallery, but it's also a performance weapon that can hold its own against the craziest supercars out there. A wolf in, well, a very, very chic sheep's clothing. So that's where we'll leave it. Is this car a preview of what's next? A future where car design looks more like product design, where simple is the new aggressive? Or is it just a beautiful, fascinating dead end, a one-off masterpiece that's just too unique to ever be repeated? What do you think?